Hey everyone, this is Dewey in Nashville again, coming back at you for another fun little episode of Dewey versus the squash vine borers. Actually, this little guy was growing in my self-irrigating raised bed, and he wasn't doing so well, and I thought that was due to a transplant shock. Well, I cut the plant out, I was going to throw it in the compost pile, and started looking, and on the underside of the leaves, you can see more of that sawdust that I was telling you about at the joints, and then a big chunk right here. So go down to the base of the stem, sure enough, there's the hole. This little buddy's probably been inhabited for the better part of a month, and so I'm gonna cut this little thing open and see if I can dig that guy out so y'all can see him on camera, and I'll see what it will take if you actually cut your squash plant open, your squash vine stem, whatever you want to call it, to try and retrieve that little vine borer. So I'll be back once I find him and dig him out, and I'll show you the carnage and what he looks like and give you some other options for getting him out. Well, there he is. See, he's a white grub. I cut through him when I cut the vine, but it's got a little white, he's a white grub, a little wriggly thing like something you'd see Bear Grylls eating on Man vs. Wild. He got a black head, and he was in the stem. So it actually didn't take me long. I'm wondering if there's more than one thing in here. So I'll keep looking. Well, like I said, didn't look like that was enough damage for one vine borer all the way up the stem. So there's not one, not two, but 3 of these bad boys growing in that one stem. So this thing was a goner for sure once they started burrowing in there. That one is still wriggling. I think I got him with the blade. You can see that little line on the top of him. He is not happy. He's really not going to be happy in about 3 minutes once I turn this thing off. I'm going to do some ungodly things to these little worms. So that is what they look like in all of their glory. So hopefully you do not run into these things, and if you do, don't cut the stem open like I did. This plant was already dead. Take a needleless syringe and go to the hole that they've made and where all the frass is coming out, and squirt some BT or some diatomaceous earth in there. Those will kill it, and let it stay in there, and you won't have to hack open your squash plant to get it. So here's to hoping that you don't have to deal with the things that I'm dealing with the return of the squash vine borers. So once again, this is Dewey in Nashville reminding you, you plant the seed, but God provides the harvest.